Let's see if we can play a dual role and be a bit of a Watson to our homes and deduce a way of handling this situation that will not result in two metal prongs up where the sun don't shine.
Customer.
Something's coming.
Seriously? Okay, note to self, as soon as you turn the power on, watch out for the electrical hazards that might pop up. Oh. I just realized we powered this area up. Is there a possibility we also powered up the turrets, which means they're gonna be active? That would be a yes. We're not using that entrance and or exit anymore. Let's go back into data storage C because I believe there should be a way for me to get to medical through here. Nope. What the hell? Oh, they're attached. Okay. I really don't want to find out what you are, so... Nope. That didn't work. Yo, what are you opening for? Get past the rail. Okay, vaulting. Dude. Okay, the headshots do a lot more in this game than I thought. Feral. Lovely. I haven't found one of you before.
In 12 hours, just how long does it take to evacuate one facility? Word from Jack is that the military have locked down the site. Not a peep from Emma since, what are we calling it? Explosion? They aren't telling us anything. Perkins is muttering about the Lord of the Flies now, the bloody fool. I shall strike him if he comes near me with that nonsense.
That's a terrifying concept I did not take into consideration. Radiation! Oh. Oh no. This should be medical, right? Yep, found medical. Now entering medical. I should... Ooh, lead result, medical. Powering up part of the interchange is giving me access to medical. I'm mainly looking in here because medical seems like the kind of place I can get training stimulants and healing upgrades sort of stuff. I'm not sure to be terrified or confused. Took a bite of food, now I'm gonna take a pot shot at him, because honestly, there's no way in hell the weird mask thing in the locked medical facility with glowing eyes is gonna be an NPC that wants to help me. Unless by help, I mean completely dismember and disembowel me. Oh. I don't like the freaking Terminator Hitman walk. What the hell? What the hell? My pistol's not even hitting him. Excuse me. Ah! Yeah, I'm gonna need triage in about 2 seconds. Oh, got one. Yeah, only problem is I'm not sure I'm gonna survive long enough to get 2. Okay. I think if I take them on one by one, I might actually survive. Definitely don't use a freaking gun in here, not if I want to survive at least. Got it. Okay. I can fight them. It just really freaking hurts. Ooh, hello. Church cellar key. Why the hell is that here?
Fisher's log, 28th of September, 57. I knew Dr. Alder was up to something. It's no secret he's been frustrated with the direction of our research, but this takes the biscuit. Last night, Edward let slip about a secret lab Alder has set up in Wyndham village, under the church, apparently. Of all places. For a month, he's been stealing samples, smuggling out lab equipment, and all with God as his witness. Worst of all, Edward knew because he was planning to join him. Alder's got himself a little rogue scientist brigade. I managed to convince Edward to give me a key to the place. Once this fever is down, I'll march over and confront Holder myself.
Yeah, I have a feeling you didn't make it that far. At least I now know where I'm going. Okay, now that I figured out how to fight him, I can actually stun lock him. Pretty damn good. Just can't fight too many at once. There's no way I'm wasting ammo on these guys. They take so freaking much to do even a little bit of damage to them. Oh, neurology, the one place that probably could have diagnosed all these scientists with a lack of brain. Because clearly they weren't thinking without the shit they were doing. 17th of September, 1957. I again argue that we need to know exactly to what Mary was exposed, and again was rebuffed by the buffoons on the lower floor. The man may literally die through ignorance. The sharp security's segregations between sections may make sense to the grand ages at the military intelligence, but I do not know enough to even attempt to save the man. It is not radiation sickness, but beyond that, I am at a loss. Well, I guess the first step in figuring out what it is figuring out what it's not. Eliminate enough of those and you'll eventually get somewhere. Painkillers. Lovely, we can get an oxycodone addiction while we're in here. Should be coming around the corner. Yep, there he is. Ah, it's the scientist one that saw me. Hello, hello. Oh, that's not terrifying at all. You know, you kind of remind me of characters from Stalker. Got it. Ooh. Collapse the sternum with that one. Nice. Hello.
What are you doing? Trying to help you, Dr. Fisher. Now stay still.
No! Get that away from me, Alan! It's not... It's not tested.
It'll save your bloody life. The infection's tearing you apart, trust me.
Get away! Keep your experiments to yourself.
Fisher!
Okay, that's interesting. If I'm not wrong, Fisher was the one that found out about the secret facility and was trying to bring it down. Holder was the one running the facility. Was that a case of Holder having an idea as to what was truly going on and what she was truly infected with and trying to help her? Or was he trying to shut up the person that knew about his little renegade unit? Since this floor cleared, requires unknown keycard. Ooh, so I guess for right now that's, well, medical cleared, because we're not gonna have that keycard. I have a feeling, considering the mention of the church and the giving us of the key, it's probably going to be in Wyndham in the church, which I already decided was gonna be where we went, since, well, that's where the game directed me. Might as well go to Wyndham since they're pointing me in that direction. Interesting. So, what else did we just...
Hello? The instrument's just registered an emergency access. Whoever's in here, I mean you no harm.
Who the hell are you?
It's Joyce Tanner. I was part of the investigation team on Convoy 5. And, well, I don't know how you got into this place, but it's bloody marvelous.
Yeah.
I'm in Data Store Charlie. Get to me if you can.
I'm sorry, what the hell just happened?
Hello?
Son
there?
of a bitch. Huh. Hello. How the hell did you get here?
Well, gosh. This is a surprise. When I saw movement, I thought it might be one of those awful feral goblins some people
Yeah,
seem
I
to
took
have turned
care of
into.
them.
You don't look like a goblin, though.
Not quite.
Or an outlaw.
Thankfully
So-
on that one.
Just exactly who are you?
Well, besides accidentally bumping the mouse and completely messing up the framing, that's the question of the century for me.
Well, I can't argue with that. We find ourselves in very strange times. Mm-hmm. You haven't immediately tried to kill me, at least. That's a pleasant change. Sometimes I think I'm the only sane one left in the zone. I'm Joyce, by the way. Joyce Tanner. How'd you do?
Yeah,
Well,
not very
we
well.
can put questions of identity aside, I think. Things I should be thanking you. I gather that you're the one who's responsible for restoring the power supply here.
Yep.
I've been trying to get in here for simply ages. I've just about given up hope.
I'm curious. Who you are doesn't matter. We'll learn that eventually. Don't want to just be friendly. But I am curious what you think this place is.
Isn't it a remarkable sight? The Interchange in all its glory. I was beginning to think I'd never see the inside of it.
So you've never
Think
been
of
in here.
all the secrets that might be hidden here.
There is quite a few. What do you want to do now that you're here?
I'll do what I'm best at. Tinkering around with other people's kit.
Oh.
The important thing is that we're in here, and I cannot overstate my delight that you managed it.
Yes, I did
Now
manage it.
finally, there's a chance I can get into the communication systems proper. And listen, we don't need to trust each other just yet. But maybe we can work together.
Maybe we can.
It's a bit of a two-person job, this.
Sure.
Look, if I can get a message through the interference field, I should be able to sort out an exit for us. I'd need a whole array of transmitters to punch through the interference, though. There are a few radio towers across the area that should do the trick. I've restored power to them, but I seem to be locked out of their controls. The operators must have isolated the towers from the network when the quarantine was declared.
Probably.
But look, if you could find each tower and release the security lock, I can fiddle around this end and try to use the array to blast out a signal. Here, I'll give you map coordinates for each tower. Good luck.
Curious.
Do your best. And try not to get eaten by any goblins.
Way ahead of you on that one. Radio towers. Interesting, because I know there is multiple endings. Okay, so I don't want to do her stuff, because her stuff does lead to an ending, and I don't want to do that. I don't want her ending. Ow, every time. So I still can't signal redirect, and I'm guessing those things will kill me if I step out in front of them, which is just freaking lovely. So enough, I think I can actually sneak around them. Okay, yep, I can get back out to Slaindale. I want to go out to Slaindale mainly because there was a door that led to Wyndham Village, and as far as I remember, there was no way there through Castlefell Woods, so if Slaindale can't get me into Wyndham, I don't know how to get into Wyndham.
Attention! Wyndham Village is under the authority of the Quarantine Protocol. Acts of banditry and other breaches of the Penal Charter will be severely punished.
Okay, that's lovely, but does that mean I'm not allowed to come in? Okay, I should have investigated this before. This is just straight up a way into Wyndham Village. No. Ooh, new lead found.
Well, well, well. Just look what the cat dragged in. Pay attention. This village is under military occupation per the Quarantine Protocol.
Ooh.
You're new round here, eh? Which means you're free to enter. Just
Okay.
keep your nose clean, all right?
Gotcha. Thank you. Oh, what's that? Oh, pre-order stuff. New items to trade. Visit Alf and the Gerald's head in Wyndham Village and you'll find he has new items to trade. I forgot I got this. Email Tetra and dig out the cache in the location 3480. What? I am actually curious about that. New finds protocol Wyndham Village. I'm kind of unsure of what to do. It's a civilized area. My normal plunder and kill methods don't really work quite as well around here. You still need to investigate. Right. I know what I need to do. I need to go check out the telephone. Still need to figure out where the freaking church is. Found the church, and of course, the place with the secret laboratory underneath it is also the place with a freaking phone booth right next to it. Let me guess. The phone is ringing. Hello.
This is the transaction.
The what?
Oberon must die.
I understand that.
If Oberon is dead, then the way out will open.
Okay.
You will awaken as if from a nightmare.
Lovely.
This sequence is a
Okay. I am kind of curious. Why must Oberon die? I trust you because Oberon and all that seems to be connected to the original cataclysm that occurred. So yeah, disabling that is a good idea. But what is it? Why must it die? And who are you? Exactly. You're a strange sort, but I feel like I'm never gonna get that answer. Why must it die?
If Oberon is dead, then the way out will open. Others have and will offer you escape.
Yes.
To follow their advice is at best optimistic, at worst foolish. Be careful. Trust only me.
I am trusting you. Newly found. Escape. The voice on telephone might help me escape. Okay. Lovely. I am trusting you. And I do want to investigate Oberon and get deeper. From what I can tell, all the other endings are basically like, you go, you do something, you help them out with their thing. It's like siding with a faction in Fallout. You know, it's not specific to the main story, but it does help you complete the main story. But then he's like the main story. He's like the interchange and the secrets at the Wyndham plants, all of that. And that I'm really curious about. Isn't this technically grave robbing? Let's see if we can be a little respectful about this place. I think Gerald's head in Wyndham. Yeah. I still don't know where Gerald's head is. Would like to. Should I find the shop? Yeah, I'll stumble upon Gerald's head eventually. Oh, shit! They shot a guy! Well, I found a way down, but that is what I'm looking for, but I'm a little curious as to what the hell happened.
If they'd resolved to do something so
Jesus.
awful, why in the church?
Some bugger, pardon
Murder
my
in the
French,
church.
wanted to make a scene, sir.
And doom us all in the process. If the captain and his minions find out.
Maybe we should help?
Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed
Hi.
today. Please leave.
Yeah. You got a bit of a stain on the carpet to clean up, huh, Father? How's it going?
Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go.
Oh,
Please.
God, the night's still in her. You want me to ignore a corpse? It's not the first one I've seen, or made. Were they murdered?
So it seems. To visit this sort of thing upon the church is pure wickedness. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here.
Oh. As for assailants. The thing is, I can understand why. They would absolutely use the murder of an individual, especially in a place like a church, as a reason to sit here and enact further martial law than they already have. Do you know who did it?
All I can concern myself with right now is keeping this quiet. I must decide what to do about this before any soldier wanders in. I would
Fair enough.
suggest you let all this lie too. The matter is best left to the village to handle.
That's fair. I kind of want to investigate. What do you know about the murder victim? I don't want to waste a question asking about why we care what protocol think. We know what they think.
Maisie, a local girl. She must have got mixed up in something.
Makes
The weapon
sense.
that was used to, a peculiar choice. It puts me in mind of those debauched druids out in the woods.
How the hell would one of them made it this far?
Well, we call them druids. I'm not sure what they call themselves.
Yeah,
The
druids.
disaster seems to have fostered the return of some distinctly atavistic, indeed thoroughgoing pagan sentiments around here. The following sprang up in Casterfell Woods shortly after, in the ruins of an old castle, and has since bloomed into a vicious cult.
Yeah. I know.
That's what you'll be met with if you choose to enter the woods.
Way ahead of
I
you on that one.
advise you to stay well away. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to work out.
Curious. What about you? Ooh, hello. Bloodied notes. And that sickle, yeah. Mayorview Hotel. Interesting. The note was found on Macy Hagen's corpse in the church. Her blood is still on the paper. Spot some possible foul play. I'm going to camp out at the ruined cottage by the Mayorview Hotel to get a better look. Where would that be? Lovely. So I gotta find the Mayorview Hotel fund to make progress. Ooh, Gerald's dead.
See our big metal bugger.
Found the shop.
A new customer.
Hello,
How
hello.
do? Not often we're seeing new faces here. My name's Alf Buckshaw. Welcome to what's likely the last pub in Cumberland.
Probably.
Such as it is. Now, what can I do for you?
A hard shot whiskey and a little bit of a pre-order bonus if you got it.
Bet you weren't expecting to find a place like Wyndham still ticking over after all what's gone on here. Were you now?
To be fair, I didn't exactly expect to be waking up in the freaking quarantine zone in the first place.
Folk will get used to anything given time. Which isn't to say, it's not nice to see some new faces coming through here now and then. Reminds a fella just how strange this all really is. The captain likes strangers too. He treats them better than he does the rest of the village. Means he can do things us regular folk can't.
Is there something you need me to do?
You'd help out the village, would you?
Sure.
Let me ask you something. The soldiers, protocol as they go by. What do you make of them?
Annoying prats that need their dicks kicked in.
Blimey, you don't mince your words, do you? Not that you'd find many who disagree around here, though. Look, I'm willing to trust you've your heart in the right place, and I need help with something. Soldiers have got their eyes on me, but they'll give you the benefit of the doubt, for the moment at least.
Okay.
I need to collect a few messages. Not important, you understand, but I can't stick me nose out of the door without the soldiers taking an interest. You, they'll let walk out of the village, so I need you to go to Skethermore for us.
Sure, I am a little curious as to what they might be. Skithermore's next up on my list, but for right now I'm going to be sticking to the village itself.
Oh, not interesting. Just need a mite of discretion in the gathering, if you follow me. There's something in it for you and all. Not asking you to do out for note. I need a message collecting from Nora. Careful with her. She's not fond of strangers. But it'll be all right if you see I sent you. She hides out in her barn on Skethermore. I'll mark it for you. The other note is with a fella who skulks all over Skethermore. But we have a meeting place. I'll mark it on your map. Fair warning, though. Out in Skethermore, soldiers don't care who or what you are. They'll shoot before they ask. You let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
Interesting. I guess if I want some new equipment, I might want to go to Skithermore. Certain supplies. Got any bard equipment on you?
Keep your bloody voice down. Nothing brings the soldiers down on you faster than talking about that.
You'd be surprised what I got on me.
I can't see it out more than that.
Okay, does that mean you can actually get me it? You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
You helping me with those messages is a fair trade, I suppose. All right, let's talk. One of them scientists, in particular, used to come to drinking here. Before it all went arse upwards, that is.
I assume
like
so.
His ale, that fella. And ale made him chatty. He told me he worked in something called the Interchange.
I know about
Never
the Interchange.
Said quite where it were, but he used to stagger off towards the substation round the back of here. So that might be worth a deco.
Gotcha, so that's probably an interchange entrance. There we go.
Pleasure doing business with you, my friend.
Freaking gnomes. Oh! Oh my god, it was alive! Well, at least the soldiers didn't see. Because that was just blatantly murder. Hello! I'll get back to you in like 2 cents. Why do I always do that? Seems like whatever I want is in here. Yeah. I'm trespassing to get it, then whatever it is probably at least half decent. Not that bad. Ooh. Some movements. Ooh, hello. This related to what I was looking for, but it's not what I was looking for. Macy, it's been too quiet of late. Something is going on. Keep your eye open for me as usual. If you spot one of them acting off, bring it to me. Ravis McHenry. Below are some notes scribbled in different hands. Notes on his recent movements. Passed the Maryview Hotel, crossed the stream, and turned right, heading up the hill. Turned right again up... What? Turned right up again at the narrow stone steps, went around back on the ruins, and entered the rat-infested cellar. What are you up to? Curious. Oh, I so want to kill one of them for their gun. Hello!
You have met Miss Tanner.
I believe so. She's nice.
You should trust no one.
Hey, come on, she's a lovely face.
You should trust me.
I do trust you. Just saying, she's kind of nice to look at and amongst all the death and gore that I'm dealing with. Hey, I was looking for this. Huh, it was also alive. Lovely. Okay. If the notes point me towards this hotel, and there doesn't seem to be any way into the hotel itself, but there is a secret path directly behind it, I have a feeling I want the secret path. Yeah, crap. Ooh, hello. Unknown area. Cellar of some kind. Brewery cellar. This seems like the sort of place you set up a secret base. Was following someone from the Vicar. They entered the rat-infested cellar at the top of the hill. Ah! So I did know where I was going. Bar from the other side. Rat-infested. Right. That's gonna be a problem. Take that. Not barred from the other side anymore. And kill the one they call Maze. Huh! If ever we wanted a freaking confession. Morris Wick, we share in your concern. If the Vicar's spy, the one you call Maze, has discovered your purpose, then you must deal with her. That captain means only to bring pain to the soil, and its children. You must stay hidden until that day comes when we all may sing in the same voice. Silence Maze and return her to the soil. Well, we figured out who killed Maze. That's not good. Oh, Vicarans. Wasn't that the priest at the church? Ooh, he knew more than he let on. What's through here? Hello, be ready to run. It's one thing to have made Molotov cocktails, but we have no idea if they work on the robots. The rooks would chuck them into the engine vents on the Jerry Panzers, but there's not like that on a robot. I think we need something more. Once we do it, there'll be a proper barony if the Ports bastards find out. So try and find a machine that's on its own. Be ready to run if it doesn't work, though. Yeah! Those things look like they would fist you in a very lovely, gentle way, and it would still be the end of you. Hello. Captain Sims. Interesting. Sisters and brothers are making headway in Wyndham. The protocol imposes harsher restrictions by the day, and it wears the villagers down. But the worse they get, the more they are willing to listen. I tell them of the purpose of the voice of the soil, and some are wary, seeing how the captain brands us as corrupt and pagan. But others are receptive. When I can, I'll bring them to the woods to meet you. I hold the purpose safe and secret. The heathen that is their captain doesn't suspect a thing. To him, I'm just a humble shopkeeper. What? Thank you for your guidance. I look forward to the day I can join you and hear the voice for myself. Morris. Oh. Who's that shopkeeper? That's not the bartender, is it? I really hope it's not, because I kind of needed him. Oh, if it is, damn it. I'll make sure to make all my final sales before, finalizing his life. Yep, the Vicar was standing by the corpse. So someone suspected him to be a spy. Secretly spraying pagan bleeds. Yeah, we know that much. Can I just straight up confront you with what I learned?
Ah, it's you.
Hello, hello. I see you've, you know. Was she working for you?
You did? I see. Yes, it's true. She ran errands for me from time to time.
What does
I
that
asked her
mean?
to keep an eye on certain people. She has had quite a talent for it. But I had no reason to kill her. You must believe me.
I don't think you did. I found someone else. Just be honest, I may be able to catch her killer.
I have a certain arrangement of sorts with some of the villagers.
Meaning?
In a world as terrible as this, with evil in the soil and a military boot on their necks, who can blame those who turn to the church for protection? I offer what I can, in return for a small donation to the church.
Jesus Christ,
but
you
it is
extort
necessary
people?
for me to keep some eyes on them as well. In case they waver, there is a lot of temptation within the zone, and temptation too easily leads to corruption.
Yeah, I know that much. Could one of them have killed her?
I suppose so. If she had discovered something, perhaps she was following someone on the day she was killed.
She was.
Her notes might enlighten you on that front.
I found a letter that ties Moore's wick to the murder. Who is he? I think he's a shopkeep?
The shopkeeper? Good heavens above. I knew something was off about him, but nothing as foul as that. Then I must ask something of you.
Okay.
You're embroiled in this now.
I am.
As much as we are. To find absolution, well, you must find some way to deal with Morris. An ally to those heathens in the woods is a danger to the village.
Not wrong there.
Not that I'm suggesting you. Well, I'll leave it to your judgment.
Okay. Can we clarify who Morris is? See what I can do.
Thank you. It is a terrible thing to ask, I know.
Now it's not the first time.
Dead, there is no one else I can trust to be able to carry out such a task. And in the spirit of reciprocation, if you are in need of my help, you need only ask.
Gotcha. So we found our killer. What sort of services do you provide?
I am here if you wish to talk, to unburden your soul. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, you seem troubled. Might I ask why? I don't suppose, well, have you perhaps been hearing voices?
Oh, definitely, for a long time, but that's from all across the multiverse. That has nothing to do with this crap. What do you mean?
It is a sign of vile corruption. It cannot be tolerated. It must be confronted. I saw it in the baker's husband. The baker, Iris, told me he was hearing voices and had fallen terribly ill. I haven't seen her husband for a number of weeks now.
Interesting.
So I trust she came to her senses and took the necessary action. But
Jesus
it pains me to
Christ!
imagine what evil is creeping inside our little village.
It's not evil, you ninny. The frickin' idiots in the forest are breaking batteries, and the frickin' Wyndham plant is, God knows, giving off how many toxic fumes are affecting all of you. You're all falling sick due to being so close to that.
I only wish he had come to me sooner. My prayers might have reached him in the early stages of his fall from grace. But he is beyond that now. I must think of the rest of the village. We have seen some very bad times here.
No
I
kidding.
don't really know why such misfortune has befallen us. Only that it started with that wretched science city they built across the mere. They did something. Heaven knows what. And now it is laced with evil. You can smell it in the air.
Okay, well, we know who the killer was, or is, or... I guess after I get my hands on him, in a very literal manner, it will be, was, not is. But we know who the killer is. I think I know where they are. I'm not 100% sure. Wyndham Hardware. Looks like this is the village shop I need. And now I'm face to face with the killer. This is where things get interesting. Let's see if we can play a dual role and be a bit of a Watson to our Holmes and deduce a way of handling this situation that will not result in two metal prongs up where the sun don't shine.
Customer, how'd you do?
Not quite a customer. Yeah, you look like you would be spreading pagan beliefs in amongst the village and murdering poor people.
Welcome to Wyndham Village. Pardon my curiosity, but how is it the soldiers let you in?
Not a clue.
Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with?
Are you trying to indicate that you're interested in a way to get past the soldiers?
How did... Well, been poking around in what's not your concern, eh? I don't have to explain myself to you. It's none of your bloody business.
Those psychotic cultists in the woods that are breaking atomic batteries are my business. Tell me what this is about, or I'll take it to the authorities.
You're just as bad as the rest of them around here.
You have no idea.
Can't you see what's going on here? The protocol soldiers, the church, all carrying on like they know all the answers, when the truth is they know nought. Everyone says the folk in the woods are cracked, but they look like the only sane ones around here to me. They're trying to make peace with the world, not ruin it. Them scientists, the disaster, that weren't natural.
Oh, no kidding.
Upset the balance of things. Nature's proper furious with us.
And you're
we
proper
should
insane.
Make amends, shouldn't we? It's only right. But them
Yeah.
soldiers would have me locked up for thinking that. Dangerous pagan sentiments, that arse of a captain calls it.
That's very lovely, but that's not my concern here. I know about the druids. What are your intentions?
I want what's best for village. We should be looking back to what's always been here. The army here tried to stamp it out, but their captain's a bloody southerner. What does he know about the north? Well, but maybe you're a tattletale for the Vicar too, eh? Prying for secrets so he can hold 'em over me. Well, I won't stand for people who stick their beaks in where they're not wanted.
Okay, what does that mean you're gonna try and... What, are you gonna try and kill me? Is that the reason you killed Macy?
Shh! Shut your bloody trap before you bring every nosy bastard in here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, look. Just hear me out, eh?
Really?
See, we're a rotten one, that'n. Tattling folk out to the Vicar so he can load it over us. She never had out on me, not till last night when she found that letter. Then she carried on like I'd thrown in me lot were old Hitler or summat. Called me a traitor, like I ever had any loyalty to the protocol lot. I'm no killer, not born to it, but she were poison, that'n, and so is Vicar. Summat had to be done.
Yeah, you're freaking insane. You can't really justify killing her. That was pretty unreasonable.
Before it all went to hell in a cocked hat, I'd agree with you. But just look at the state of things here. If me sympathies like, if those were common knowledge with folk, it'd be the end for me, end for shop. And then where would the village be, eh? I'm not wicked, you know. I just have a purpose in life, that's all. Something better. But that Maisie, she were going to shout it from rooftops if I didn't pay to keep her and that Vicar quiet. She had to go, and I had to do it somewhere Vicar couldn't just sweep it under the rug. He can't go running off to the captain when it looks like he might have blood on his hands. Please, I know what I'm asking, but let it go, will you? Give us that letter back and we can both forget all about it. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Oh, God damn it. I mean, he's insane, and he's a cultist. But that doesn't really mean you should, threaten to go sing into the rooftops, dick, to the captain about this. Because the cultists are crazy. The captain's just cruel. I'm not gonna let you off easily, because you are still a cultist, and your kind did cause me quite a bit of trouble when I was trying to get some atomic batteries in the woods, so you're gonna have to make it worth my while to keep quiet.
I scratch your back, you scratch mine, eh?
Fair enough.
Here, you take this as a thank you, I suppose. I'm happy, you're happy, and the village doesn't have to worry about that quizzling Maisie anymore. And look, if you want to know more about her, you know, the purpose, well, there's someone I'd love you to meet.
Not
Mother
a
Jago.
chance.
Lives out by the old mine in Casterfell Woods. I'll mark the spot for you. Reckon you'll find what she has to say very interesting indeed.
Oh, that old biddy. Nice. New skill available. Gunsmith, deep pockets, and crafting speed. Lovely. Those will all come in handy. Well, I've handled that situation. Should I go confront the priest? I mean, I need to go back into the church anyways to actually investigate the secret lab down there. Don't you look at me, you bard-looking bastard. I need to investigate underneath the church anyways, and I guess now I kind of have some stuff to hold on above the priest's head. He's not really gonna interfere, is he? So, Father, I seem to have talked with the man before I slit his throat, and he had quite the interesting story to tell.
It's you.
Mm-hmm. Spoke to Morris. Told me you find people's secrets in order to extort them?
You would listen to a man who consorts with those monstrous people in the woods? Of course I must pry when there are some who would hide secrets such as that. But extortion? The very thought. This church has a noble mission within the village. Everything I take, I do so to support that mission and to protect Wyndham. You must deal with that horrid man. Corruption like his must be rooted out.
I feel like you're both horrid in your own ways. Leave Morris be or I'll tell the captain.
You wouldn't. Surely.
I would.
See you have sided with the captain and his soldiers.
Nope. Just not sided with
you.
you.
Now, thanks to you.
I didn't say I'd tell.
To each other.
Good on you then. Keep your mouth shut and I'll continue my own investigation into the church. Just not in that way. I mean, to be... you can't really act all high and mighty when you're literally mob bossing the people of this village. That alone is pretty crap. Okay, down below the church, I should be able to find some secrets. Let's see if I can. Hello. Forgotten cellar. Oh, what the hell? Right off the bat, this is gonna be interesting.
Slowly now. Come into the light where I can see you.
Hold her!
Wait.
Whoa!
You're not one of the scientific staff.
What the hell happened to you?
Who the blazes are you? I know every face on the project, and you're not one of them.
No, I'm not.
How did you know I was down here?
I've been poking around where I shouldn't be. What the hell? What happened to you? What happened to your eyes?
I'm the one asking the questions right now. You were inside medical, weren't you?
Oh.
Inside the Interchange.
Yeah, takes a real scientist to figure that out.
They sealed the place tight.
Found a keycard that works on the doors.
You found one? Just found a keycard?
Kind of. Technically, you found me.
I believe you. It's so ludicrous that I searched to no avail. Will you just find one? Too ludicrous to be untrue. The Interchange.
Yep.
Open again after all this time.
Yep.
Astonishing. I thought it was sealed for good, and its contents forever out of reach. But look, do you realize what this means?
Not quite.
If you have access to the Interchange, then we might be able to stop this nightmare before it spreads beyond the wall.
Oh. Can we slow down just a little bit?
5 years. And now so little time left.
What does that mean?
Sorry. You're perfectly right, of course. You have not a reason in the world to trust me at such short acquaintance.
I just don't know what you're talking about.
You must. So much depends upon it. We first discovered the growth at the Oberon site.
Ooh.
I was one of the team assigned to study it. You know, at first we thought it was benign. Beneficial even, according to the early results.
What does that mean? You tested on humans?
To our eternal shame, we did. In hindsight, it was too soon. But science moves quickly here. In our experiments, small doses of the growth in a purified form showed the most astonishing effect on cognitive capability.
Okay.
But it was not purified nearly enough, as it transpired. Its active agent was much more active than we realized. What it was doing to both our bodies and our minds all the while, it beggars imagination. We thought we held the future in a test tube. But all we had isolated was evil in its purest form.
Jesus. Oh.
You can see why I must keep myself hidden away down here. Yes, it's under control, but I'll never be entirely free of it. Thanks to this apparatus, I found a way to inoculate myself, halting the infection before it could fully establish itself.
Okay,
if
so you
my
found a
colleagues had
cure.
shown more faith in my line of experimentations, well, we wouldn't be where and what we are now. But look, we have so little time. I desperately need your help.
Okay. What can I do to help?
I need you to go back to the medical facility, and this time go deeper.
That's
All
what I
the
wanted
way
to
down
do.
to the quarantine level.
Oh.
Somewhere in there is a sealed cylinder. It's labeled Sample 1. Find it and bring it here to me. Do that, and I can promise answers. Answers and a way out of here. Here's my keycard. It will get you deeper into the medical section.
Oh. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. So you can give me answers and a possible way out, but you're not one of the endings. You're not one of the ending people. You're not one of the main characters. Interesting. Very well, I'll see what I can do.
Before you go, you should help yourself to a dose of my inoculant.
Oh.
There's one lying around here somewhere. If you ever encounter a thick area of growth or are suffering from a potent strain of the infection, that stuff will ease the burden. It should give you a better chance of surviving infested areas. And with
That'd
any
be
luck,
useful.
it will silence the voices in your head. Best
Don't
of
have
luck.
voices. Not yet. Interesting. Thank you. I guess this was really beneficial. Might help me escape. Interesting. I will take that. New skill acquired. Inject myself with Holder's inoculation. You inject yourself with dose experimental inoculation, acquiring skill. Infection resistance. More train stem. You got a bunch of train stems around here. Lovely. So, I guess I got what I was looking for. Got the key card so I can get deeper into the medical facility. I could investigate more of Wyndham, but I'm pretty sure if I do that, I'll be digging into the captain's questline, which I believe is one of the ways to an ending, which I don't want. So, at this point, I kind of should head back to the Interchange. And that's actually going to be beneficial because I'll be heading back to the Interchange through a different door, so I'm going to gain access to more stuff, which is going to be hopefully helpful. So in Wyndham Village, we got some warnings about Skidmore. We found another entrance to Interchange. We investigated a murder. We found Dr. Alder. And now we've gained deeper access into the medical facilities. Heading out towards the substation, which leads there. Okay. Well, we're trespassing.
State of this place. Leave tomorrow if we could.
Can I just enter? I can just enter there and change. Who needs to worry about the guard when you can just walk past him? I really didn't want the entirety of the freaking protocol down my throat and up my ass at the same time, so that's a preferable option. Ooh, poor bastard. James Clark. Here we go. Modify keycard. And we're in. Even if I'm not going down, like, his ending path or whatever I can get from actually helping him is probably still going to be very useful in me getting down the ending path I want to go. Because it seems like interacting with every interchange area is going to be quite difficult. Should be able to use the keycard. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there's no elevator access. There's no elevator. I guess down we go. Lucky us, otherwise we would have been stuck down there. Okay. Oh, more of you. So we got the auditorium, decontamination, laboratories, advanced materials, lockdown control. That could be useful. see what we can find. Oh, that's not gonna be good. Contamination controls. Maybe it can help? Hello.
Hello?
Whoa.
Anyone receiving this? What the blue blazes happened just now? Who declared quarantine?
Dr. Alder.
Dr. Gerald? Is that you? Where are you?
Alan, listen to me.
Diane, where are you? Is this your doing? We're locked in.
There was an explosion. We had to...
Had to what? Where are you, Diane?
I'm on the evacuation convoy. I'm sorry, Alan. There was no time.
Wow. Dude got straight up betrayed and left behind. Okay, I feel a little bit worse for him. Poor bastard. There we go. Decontamination got rid of the poison. Jeez Christ. Oh crap. Here we go again. You guys... This is some serious shit. You realize that, right? Like, if the rest of the world ever finds out what you were doing down here, there's no way in hell you're not getting God knows how many war crimes named after you. Hello. Is this some power? Oh, there's no way I didn't wake something up with that. Hello. Hello. Train stem, radiation resistance, and some rifle ammo. Nice. I already have that. I think I did miss a letter back here. When he mentioned the improvements to mental whatever or another, the train stimulants did come to mind. Experimental training stimulants. 9th of August 1957. The increases in the subject's level of cognition and awareness are astounding. We knew that exposure to the modified formula might produce interesting, unanticipated effects, but this is beyond even our wildest expectations. The potential applications for a more refined version of the stimulant are near limitless, and I suggest we proceed with a wider trial right away. Imagine a world where a university degree could be completed in a day, a doctor trained in a week, or a soldier put through basic training in minutes. It could change everything. We will, of course, continue to monitor the patients or any further adverse effects. No one here wants a repeat of the fiasco with Subject 14. Don't know what that means. And now I'm suddenly worried as to whether or not we're going to survive this entire situation. Damn it! So I'm already infected. I'm not surprised. Just downing the bottles of strange train stimulant should have given me an indication in the first place that I was... What the hell is that? Okay. Hey, another survival knife. Nice, I can trade that. I don't want to go in there. Jesus Christ. I should have known just downing the random bottles of training stimulant was a bad idea. Hey, lockdown lifted. Yeah, I'm guessing those spores are not something I want to actually encounter in any sort of way. Yeah, I didn't want to fire off a gun because I knew if I did that, it would immediately alert everyone around us. So, I threw a knife at him instead. Oh, you know those voices everyone keeps talking about that I was not hearing? Yeah, I think I can hear them. Oh, that's not good. Well, I mean, we've already been downing the stimulant, so we're already infected as it is. Might as well go the full mile. Sample 1, found it. Oh my god, that hurt. The first pure sample of the organism discovered at the Oberon site, it was kept in the medical lab. So, okay, so that puts even more validity to what the one guy is saying. I just realized something. We don't think we've been hearing voices and all of that stuff, right? But what if we have? Ever since, like, remember, we remember nothing. We don't know how we got in that bunker, and we just happened to be in the right place at the right time for everything. What if we're something. I don't know what. What if we were connected to this whole thing in some way or another, and we just can't remember because we're connected to this whole thing and we got infected? What if the voice on the phone is us hearing voices, but instead of telling us the glory of nature or whatever, the voices are telling us to kill Oberon?
And on the evacuation convoy. I'm sorry, Alan. There was no time.
No time? We're still in the fail-safe period, Diane. Raise the quarantine level before it's too late.
I can't do that. Oberon must remain secure.
Diane, there's dozens of us still in the lab. Please suspend the quarantine, just for a few minutes.
I can't. You have to think of the many.
Are you quite insane? Wait. Wait. I know why you're doing this.
I'm sorry. I must go, Alan. The interference is too strong already.
Diane, don't you dare. Open the bloody doors, damn you. Diane! You can't trap us in here to die. I swear, if you don't...
Son of a bitch. Why is it always scientists messing around with things they shouldn't be messing around with? Medical tunnels. Interesting. Trespassing. For who? Who are we trespassing against? Come on, more train stem. Nice. Hello. She took the stimulant to tunnel. She took the stimulant to tunnel. What the hell does that mean? Okay, so I'm just gonna shorten the next few events down to a little bit of an explanation because it's not gonna have any bearing on the rest of the series, I do not think. One of the scientists decided to go run down to the tunnels with the growth stimulant, having fallen victim to the voices. We follow down the tunnels, we keep going, I'm thinking there's a way out. There's not gonna be, spoiler. And eventually we get to the end of the tunnel where we find the growth stimulant on the body of the scientist. We find a note and we find a little bit of this and that, but we don't really find any upgrades or anything else of that sort. It's just the growth stimulant, which I should note causes us to hear voices once we pick it up. So, yeah, that's a problem. After having dealt with that little sidetrack, we are now going to jump back to Alder, who has some interesting information for us. Yeah. Hey, Alder, I found quite a bit of interesting stuff. You've had it a lot harder than you let on, dude.
Time is of the essence. With any luck, sample 1 will still be hidden away in the medical facility.
Oh, I found a lot more than that. Found this.
You found the sample? But this is wonderful. For the first time in years, there's hope. A true, viable hope.
Hopefully. What were those creatures down there? That
Those
I'm
used to be
curious
some
about.
of the finest minds in the country.
Yeah, I had a
Country be
feeling.
damned in the world. My colleagues, trapped there when the laboratory was sealed. Now I need to get to work on this sample. This alien muck has vulnerabilities, but taking advantage of them is difficult. But I can see you're curious and you've earned some answers, should you want them. Is there anything that you want to know?
Oh, a lot. What is O'Brien?
It's an official secret, for all the weight that carries now. Oberon is the code name for the meteorite they found buried here.
Oh,
It was
you're
uncovered just
freaking
after the
kidding
war,
me.
During the evacuation of new slate mine workings. That discovery was the reason they built this whole circus here. I dearly wish it had remained undisturbed. The rock itself contained remarkable minerals, instrumental in the creation of the atomic batteries, and all the other marvels you've no doubt already encountered. But they drilled too deep into Oberon. And, at its core, discovered organic matter. That was sample 1. A team of biologists, myself included, were assigned to analyze it. But the Oberon investigative team drilled too deep. There was some sort of violent and highly energetic feedback that collapsed part of the plant and triggered the quarantine. That was in
That's
1957.
what happened. Jesus. What was in it?
It is abominable. Plainly extraterrestrial, voracious and implacable. At first, the top brass was excited by the potential it showed. In small doses, it seemed to accelerate our ability to learn to a remarkable degree.
I've noticed.
Your mind expanded. As if you had a connection to lost knowledge that you had somehow forgotten and were simply rediscovering it.
Like a
But then,
hive mind.
some of us started to change. We
Turned
barely
into
had time to start
soldiers.
coming to terms with it. The explosion at the Oberon site came just days later. The quarantine was declared, and they trapped us in the lab. They left us for dead. Our own colleagues.
Damn. How did you get here?
You mean, why am I still trapped in the medical section? We didn't know it at the time, but there was a breach towards the back of the lab. Thanks to my experimental inoculation, I was able to resist the infection, to keep my own personality and intellect intact. I escaped through the tunnels under the lab. The only place I could think of to hide was there. When it seemed there was more to this growth than the BARD top brass wanted to admit, some of my colleagues and I decided to set up a very unofficial lab. This is it. It was hard work carting all this gear undetected, but we managed it. The Vicar agreed to let us use the crypt for storage years ago, before the disaster. We made a small donation. To the church, you understand. And he didn't ask any questions after that.
No, I can imagine.
Now, I need to get to work on turning the sample active but toxic. A biological time bomb, if you will.
Interesting. Can I do anything to help?
In the meantime, there's something else you may be able to help me with. In return, I can assure you a route out of here.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the deal.
I'm not looking to do that. I helped you, one, because it got me the inoculation, and it just got me a bunch of useful stuff that's gonna help me survive. Very, very useful. Very good. And also, bunch of lore. But I'm not looking to go down your ending path, so sorry about it.
But we're so close to ending this. You'd be a fool to give up now.
Well, I plan to end this, just seemingly in my own way. Okay, this point in time, Data Storage Delta. Newly found. Data Storage Delta. Let's see what we can find in here. Hello. Battery request at the Skeetermore Depot. So we're gonna get some more batteries after this, but I already have a bunch from Castlefell still. 30th of August, 1957. Douglas, get a battery across to Skittermore Vehicle Depot, will ya? They want to get a modified tank running. Ooh, modified tank running. If you can believe it. I don't see why we need it to worry about mobilizing any military here. I'll draw you a map to the personnel hatch. It's a little discreet. That could be useful. Here we go. Tank battery. And we're good. Data Storage Delta up and running. Oh, that's electricity. That's some fun stuff. Ooh, robotics.
Power restored in data store Delta computation. Quarantine has been lifted in this sector. Access granted to robotics facility.
Was interested in that. Yeah, we'll invest much like we did with medical.
Spectroscopy analysis of biological sample 1 was aborted with no positive matches. Partial results have been stored in Casterfield Ward's memory bank.
That again, I still need to investigate that, figure out what that means. Interesting. So, good bit of progress. Yeah, robotics, we'll investigate that much like we investigated medical. Yeah, not gonna touch that just yet. Also, I can imagine robotics is, well, filled with robots. Okay, let's see if we can find whatever's hiding down in Storage Delta. If I mess this up, it's gonna hurt. Okay. Whoa! Jump! 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 Said it was gonna hurt. Go. There we go. Okay. Got the body. Got the keycard. Get through. Nice. Okay. And this keycard should get us into storage units. Hello, hello. Use keycard. Nice. For once we're not frying something. Ooh. Crafting. Yeah, I've already gotten all those. 2 train stems. Thank you. It's getting me closer to his skill. Off by 2, I think. Yep, it was this one, Gunsmith. Didn't notice that when I got it, but for 7, I'm able to get freaking weapon upgrades. Oh, supplies and ammo. If it was like actual backpack space, I would actually kind of consider it. Good resources and wind scale. Construction is nearly complete. The construction of the wind scale facility is nearly complete, and it would appear that we have been largely successful in keeping the true objects of the project classified. The fact that a small nuclear reactor has been constructed on site to meet the facility's power demands has helped to sell the power plant's lie, but we should not be complacent, especially given the uniquely sensitive nature of our endeavors. Perimeter security has also been increased since our friends in the Sherlock have picked up encoded chatter about the facility and its purpose from the other side of the curtain. Lovely, so that's why the Russians are here. Interesting. So just solidifying a lot of what we learned from the previous interchange area. Now we know a little bit more as to what direction we're going to be going. But for right now, that's not our concern. Next episode, however, we will be concerned with robotics. Maybe we'll learn a bit more story and be directed towards something else. Probably going to head into Skidmore as well to investigate whatever's going on in there. It may be related to robotics, may not. I'm not sure. We are going to need at least one more atomic battery from somewhere. Wyndham didn't have any. Which makes me wonder. Wyndham didn't have any of them. Skidmore has at least one, which is useful, and I have one still on my person. There's 2 more interchanges, so at least we have one battery and know of another to finish off Alpha and Beta. Then from there, we gotta figure out a way to open O'Brien. I'm hoping once we activate Beta, O'Brien will open up and we'll be able to do that. Don't know. For right now, I'll leave this episode off here. If you enjoyed, then there'll be a playlist in Discord down in the description, one for watching past and future episodes, the other for chatting about the series, chatting about the story, the endings, and stuff of that sort. Try not to spoil anything for me, but yeah, that'd be really interesting. As well, think about leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Other than that, be good, be well, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Goodbye!